All right, so get ready because we're diving deep into the world of Max Tegmark today.
Oh, yeah, this can be good.
It is, you guys asked for it, and
Yeah.
we're delivering. So, Max Tegmark tackling everything from the structure of the universe
Yeah,
to the mind-bending possibilities of quantum technology
that's a lot.
and even the future of AI.
It is a lot.
It is a lot, but luckily we have an amazing source for this deep dive.
Okay, what is it?
A really in-depth overview by Jurgo Schneppat.
Schneppat. Cool, I've heard that name.
Yeah, and it's just packed with thought-provoking insights, honestly.
So what's the big picture here with Tegmark?
Well, right away, Schneppat positions Tegmark as like a major figure.
Yeah.
Not just in physics,
Okay.
but in shaping how we understand reality itself.
Whoa, that is big.
It is. And Schneppat doesn't even shy away from calling Tegmark one of the outstanding personalities of modern physics.
Okay, high praise indeed, for sure.
High praise.
Yeah.
And it makes me really curious to dig into what makes Tegmark so unique.
Yeah, what makes him stand out?
Well, Schneppat definitely emphasizes how he has a knack
Mm-hmm.
for making these incredibly complex topics accessible.
Right, because physics can be
Oh, yeah.
really hard to wrap your head around.
It can.
Huh.
And, you can definitely see this in his popular books.
Yeah,
Our Mathematical Universe
I've heard of that one.
and Life 3.0.
Okay, yeah, very interesting stuff.
Yeah, those really capture that skill of his.
Yeah, I've always been impressed by how he explains things so clearly. It's like he's talking directly to you.
Yeah, totally. And Schneppat actually traces that back to Tegmark's upbringing.
Oh, interesting. So like his background.
Yeah, he was encouraged to be curious and to think critically from a young age,
Ah, that makes sense.
especially by his father, who was a mathematician.
Ah, so he kind of had that influence early on.
Right. It makes you wonder how much that early exposure shaped his path,
Absolutely. Starting with those big questions early on, I mean, it's got to have some impact.
Right. And then Schneppat takes us through his journey,
Okay.
highlighting how Tegmark started his career in cosmology.
Cosmology.
Wow. Studying things like the cosmic background radiation.
So we're talking the afterglow of the Big Bang here.
We are talking about the afterglow of the Big Bang.
Pretty mind-blowing stuff.
It is. But then what I find fascinating is that Schneppat highlights this shift in Tegmark's focus,
Okay, a shift. How so?
moving from the vastness of the cosmos to the intricacies of quantum mechanics
Oh, wow.
and its potential applications in technology.
So like from the really big to the super small.
Yeah, exactly. And here's where it gets really interesting for me.
Okay, I'm listening.
Quantum mechanics is already a bit of a head scratcher on its own right.
Oh, tell me about it.
But then to connect it to AI and the future of technology,
It's a whole other level.
it is. That's thinking big.
It is, and Schneppat points out that Tegmark doesn't just dabble in quantum mechanics.
Oh, so he really goes for it.
He really dives into the deep end,
Wow.
exploring things like the many worlds interpretations.
The many worlds interpretation.
Yeah, that's the idea that every quantum measurement leads to the creation of multiple universes.
Okay, hold on. Multiple universes.
Multiple universes where all possible outcomes play out.
So you're saying, like, if I had worn a blue shirt today instead of this red one?
Exactly. There could be a universe where you made that choice.
Wow. That's a lot to process.
It is, but it's rooted in serious theoretical physics.
Okay, so it's not just science fiction then.
No, definitely not. But it does sound like it, right?
Oh, it definitely does.
Yeah.
So, like, if this is true, is there a universe out there where I'm a world-famous astrophysicist?
Maybe you are.
Instead of a podcast host, maybe I should switch careers.
Well, hey, the many worlds interpretation would say it's possible.
Mind-blowing. Okay, but jokes aside, what Schneppat emphasizes is how Tegmark's exploration of these concepts
Yeah.
is grounded in his belief that the universe can be described entirely by mathematical structures.
Oh, okay, so it's all about the math.
It is. It's what he calls the mathematical universe hypothesis.
That's a mouthful, the mathematical universe hypothesis.
It is.
So is he saying like everything boils down to equations?
That's the idea.
Wow, okay, so if we could crack that mathematical code, then what?
Well, then, we could unlock the secrets of quantum mechanics
Wow.
and maybe even figure out how to build these incredible quantum computers everyone's talking about.
Okay, that would be huge.
It would be huge. And Schneppat actually gives us some concrete examples of how Tegmark is already applying quantum principles.
Oh, wow, so he's putting it into practice.
Yeah, like entanglement and superposition to try and tackle AI optimization problems.
It's like he's on the cutting edge of all this.
He is, but Schneppat doesn't just gloss over the potential downsides.
Okay, good, because there are always downsides.
He dives into Tegmark's concerns about the ethics of these powerful technologies.
Ah, So he's thinking about the bigger picture.
He is like how quantum computers could break our current encryption method.
And create chaos in the digital world.
Exactly. Imagine if all our sensitive data suddenly became vulnerable.
That's a scary thought.
It is. And Schneepat makes it clear that Tegmark is not just a starry-eyed tech enthusiast.
Okay, good to know.
He's deeply concerned about the potential impact of these advancements and is advocating for responsible development.
So he's not just saying, hey, let's build these things without thinking about the consequences?
Right. And careful regulation.
To make sure these technologies are used for good, not for harm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Schneepat's really portraying Tegmark as a scientist who's brilliant.
For sure.
Forward-thinking and also ethically grounded.
Which is a really important combination.
It is. So what else does Schneepat cover in his overview of Tegmark?
Well, let's dive into that,
Got it?
because there's a lot more to unpack.
There is.
So one thing that really jumps out at me from Schneepat's overview is how Tegmark is really championing this idea of making science accessible to everyone. Like, it's not enough for him to be doing this groundbreaking research in these, like, super complex areas.
Yeah.
He wants to share that sense of, like, wonder and discovery with the world, you know?
I love it. It's like he's on a mission to break down those barriers.
He is.
Between complex scientific ideas and the everyday person.
Exactly. And Schneepat points to his books, like Our Mathematical Universe and Life 3.0.
Great book.
As prime examples of this effort. Like, he really argues that Tegmark has this incredible ability to explain these really complex concepts in a way that doesn't make your head spin.
And he does it so well. He really does.
He does. And Schneepat highlights how this, like, clear and engaging style has made him a sought-after speaker and public figure.
Oh, for sure.
Like, he's given TED Talks, he's appeared on podcasts.
Yeah.
And really uses his platform to engage a wider audience with these important scientific questions.
Which is so important, right?
It is.
Especially in a time when scientific literacy feels
absolutely
more critical than ever.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just about understanding the science itself.
Yeah.
It's about being able to think critically about the information we're just, like, bombarded with every day.
Totally. And Schneepat goes beyond just praising his communication skills. He emphasizes how Tegmark is actively involved in shaping the future of science education.
So he's not just talking the talk, he's walking the walk.
Exactly. And he mentions his work at MIT.
Of course.
Where he's known for his engaging lectures and commitment to mentoring students.
That's amazing. So he's not just teaching the science.
Oh, right.
He's inspiring the next generation of scientists.
Totally.
To carry the torch, so to speak.
I love that analogy. So what else does Schneepat highlight about his approach to, like, scientific community building?
Well, Schneepat points to Tegmark's involvement with the Foundational Questions Institute.
FQ?
FQAI?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's an organization that supports research at the frontiers of physics and cosmology.
Oh.
But it also emphasizes collaboration and bringing together diverse perspectives.
So it's not just about, like, individual pursuit of knowledge.
It's not. It's about fostering a sense of shared exploration.
Yeah.
And pushing the boundaries of what we know together.
I like that, pushing those boundaries together.
And Schneepat goes even further.
Okay.
Highlighting how Tegmark is a strong advocate for open access to scientific knowledge.
Yes, this is so important.
He believes that research shouldn't be locked behind paywalls.
Right. This should be accessible to everyone.
Exactly. And that making it freely available can accelerate progress and benefit everyone.
100%. I totally agree with that.
And it really aligns with that idea of making science accessible to everyone. Right.
Absolutely.
So we've talked about Tegmark's research.
Yeah.
His efforts to communicate science, his role as an educator, and his commitment to building a more inclusive scientific community.
It's impressive.
It is. What else does Schneepat delve into?
Well, remember how we talked about the potential downsides of quantum technology?
Oh, yeah, those are important.
Schneepat doesn't shy away from those concerns.
Okay.
He actually dedicates a significant portion of his overview to exploring the societal and technological implications of Tegmark's work.
Because it's not all sunshine and roses, right?
It's not. With all this talk about the incredible potential of quantum technology, it's crucial to consider those potential risks as well.
Totally. Like they say, with great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly. And Schneepat emphasizes how Tegmark, while being a proponent of these advancements, is also acutely aware of their potential downsides.
Okay.
He brings up the example of quantum computers and their ability to potentially break the encryption methods that keep our digital world secure.
Yeah, that's a scary thought.
It is. Imagine the chaos that could unfold if all of our sensitive data suddenly became vulnerable.
Oh, just bear thinking about.
It's definitely a serious concern, and Schneppat makes it clear that Tegmark is advocating for a proactive approach.
So he's not just sounding the alarm?
He's actively pushing for a responsible development and regulation of these technologies. He's calling for a global conversation about how to harness these incredible advances for the benefit of all humankind.
Yeah, it's almost like he's trying to strike a balance between this sense of excitement about the future and a cautious awareness of the potential dangers.
Right. He's not naive to the potential risks.
Right. Schneppat is really showing us that Tegmark is more than just a brilliant scientist.
Yeah.
He's someone who is deeply concerned about the ethical implications of his work.
Absolutely. And Schneppat goes even deeper, exploring the philosophical and ethical implications of his ideas.
Okay, now we're getting philosophical.
Remember the many worlds interpretation we talked about earlier?
Oh, yeah, with the multiple universes.
Schneppat delves into how that concept challenges our traditional understanding of reality, of self, even of free will.
Okay, now we're getting into some really mind-bending territory.
We are.
I mean, if every quantum measurement creates a new universe, what does that mean for our sense of identity? Does it imply that there are infinite versions of ourselves out there?
It's a wild thought, isn't it?
It is living out every possible version of our lives.
Those are exactly the kinds of questions that Schneppat is grappling with. He's showing us how Tegmark's work is forcing us to reconsider some of the most fundamental mysteries of existence.
It's incredible to think that one scientist's ideas could have such a profound impact on how we view ourselves and our place in the universe.
It is, and Schneppat makes it clear that while Tegmark is optimistic about the potential of technology, he also believes that we have a responsibility to shape its development and ensure it serves humanity's best interests.
It's a powerful message.
It is.
And one that resonates deeply in today's world.
Absolutely.
So we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
From the vastness of the cosmos to the intricate world of quantum mechanics.
And everything in between.
And even delved into some mind-bending philosophical questions.
It's been a journey.
It has. I'm curious to see what Schneppat leaves us with in his concluding thoughts.
Let's find out.
Okay, so we've talked about Tegmark's groundbreaking research, his commitment to making science accessible, and his deep concern for the ethical implications of technological advancements. But what's the lasting impression that Schneppat leaves us with? What's the big takeaway from all this?
Well, one thing Schneppat really emphasizes is that Tegmark's work isn't just about looking back at what we know, but it's about looking forward at what we might discover.
I like that.
Yeah, and he highlights several areas where Tegmark's influence is shaping the future of scientific inquiry.
Okay, I'm all ears. Tell me more about these exciting avenues of exploration.
Well, one area Schneppat focuses on is the quest for experimental proof of the many worlds interpretation.
Okay. Yeah.
Remember how we talked about how this theory suggests that every quantum measurement creates multiple universes?
Oh yeah, multiple universes. That's a tough one to wrap your head around.
It is, but scientists are actually working on ways to test that idea.
Wait, hold on. How could we possibly test for the existence of other universes? It sounds like something straight out of science fiction.
It does sound incredible, right? But Schneppat points out that even if we can't directly observe these other universes, there might be subtle, measurable consequences of their existence.
Okay, I'm intrigued. So, what kind of consequences are we talking about?
Well, it's like looking for the ripples in a pond, even if you can't see the stone that created them.
Okay, I kind of get it. So there's a chance we could actually find evidence to support this mind-blowing theory.
Exactly. It's a possibility. And what's really exciting is that scientists are actively pursuing these avenues of research.
That is exciting. What are some of the other areas that Schneppat highlights?
Well, Schneppat also talks about how the mathematical universe hypothesis is inspiring scientists to search for those deeper, more fundamental mathematical structures that might underpin the universe.
Okay, so if Tegmark is right, and the universe is essentially a mathematical object.
Right. Then understanding those underlying equations could unlock incredible new insights.
It's like trying to crack the cosmic code, right? Imagine the possibilities if we could truly grasp the mathematical language of the universe.
Exactly. And it could revolutionize our understanding of everything from the smallest particles to the largest structures in the cosmos.
That's pretty amazing. And Schneppat also discusses the growing intersection of quantum physics and artificial intelligence, a field that Tegmark is actively shaping.
Right. We've touched upon how quantum computers could revolutionize AI, enabling us to solve problems that are currently intractable for even the most powerful computers.
It's both exciting and a little bit daunting to imagine what that kind of computational power could unleash.
It is, and it brings us back to those ethical concerns we were discussing.
Right, because with that much power comes a lot of responsibility.
Absolutely. Schneppet reminds us that as we venture into these uncharted territories, we need to proceed with both curiosity and caution.
It's a delicate balance for sure.
It is, and Tegmark's emphasis on responsible development and thoughtful regulation becomes even more crucial as these powerful technologies continue to evolve.
So what's the final message Schneppet leaves us with? What's the big takeaway from his exploration of Max Tegmark's work?
I think Schneppet wants us to see Max Tegmark not just as a brilliant scientist, but as a visionary leader who's challenging us to think bigger, to embrace the profound questions about our existence, and to approach the future with both a sense of wonder and a deep sense of responsibility.
Wow, that's a powerful message. Schneppet's overview of Tegmark really leaves us with this incredible sense of optimism about the potential of science to unlock the mysteries of the universe.
It does.
But also with a sobering reminder of the ethical challenges we face as we wield these incredible new powers. It's a call to action, a reminder that we all have a role to play in shaping the future.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's an invitation to join in this incredible journey of discovery, to ask those big questions, and to engage in those crucial conversations about the kind of future we want to create.
Well, that's a perfect note to end on. A huge thanks to Yurgo Schneppet for providing such a rich and thought-provoking exploration of Max Tegmark's work.
And to you, dear listener, we encourage you to continue exploring these ideas. Delve into Tegmark's books, learn more about quantum physics, and engage in those essential conversations about the ethical implications of these world-changing technologies.
Remember, knowledge is power, but it's up to us to wield that power wisely. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.